always wanted like someone else to. There we go. Did you know me when I was younger then? I could take the whole world with me. I would find myself feeling alone. Heaven help me now, heaven show the way. Get me back on my own 2 feet. I will lie awake and pray you don't lie away from me. If you think of music as like a weapon, it's like you can have a very sharp point that will penetrate really deep into somebody, but it's not a blunt object. It's not going to hit everybody the same, but when it hits you, it really hits you.
Is it this one or the high?
The second one. You got it. About 10, 12 years ago, I just moved, so I found this journal where it had notes scribbled in it. One of them was like 3 EPs, and I found the album art we made for the EPs we never released. It was called Love, Loss, and Crimes, which we were gonna call this album, but it wasn't about those things, so we went with 3. Dividing this up into chapters or EPs actually feeds into getting someone to digest a whole body of work.
Emotionally, we wanted like people to feel this record and not just hit play and listen to it.
For us, we were making music that felt really personal. How do we communicate that out to the world? And these videos were, you know, I think a great medium. And if you are vulnerable, that's art to me, because it's true. It's what you really are.
Sometimes people say, wow, the album and what you guys are singing about and talking about, it feels so credible. I think it's good to emphasize that. We didn't choose some random topic, hey, let's get really serious about this. It was something that affected me and Wes deeply. And a long time ago, in 2001, I think, my older brother died of a heroin drug overdose. He was 19. And I think a lot of this album brought up dormant feelings that, I guess in some ways, thankfully, I haven't had to think about regularly or daily. I mean, I think trauma and grief are with you forever. Beyond my brother, you know, it's you know, there's been an opioid epidemic in the country that was just declared in the last couple of years, and a lot of our peers from New Jersey, we know so many people that friends and friends of friends, or fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters that have gone through this. So I read this thing from Keith Richards. He said something like, essentially the lengths that we all go to just to not be ourselves for a few hours. And I think that's so profound.
For me, it was dealing with this person, you know, someone who's a part of my family, and with addiction comes a lot of shame, and I don't want to make that worse. And I think there's a part of me that, even though I'm singing about it and trying to express it, I'm also trying to be respectful of their life. And there was a moment I remember being in the studio and like sort of feeling really strange about singing about this over and over from song to song. It was like, if it's one song, it's okay, but why does this keep coming up? And it is a taboo to say some of these things about your own family and to expose that, because the repercussions can be severe. You know, people can really judge you or your family, or, oh, this person's an addict, are you an addict?
For us, this album felt like medicine. For me, like it was going through a ton of emotions. But I think that's the whole point of music, is to feel that, is to get really deep and to go there. That's probably what I would do, like in that moment, you know, I would. How was that, guys? Cut? Sick. Yeah, it felt good.
Being creative with what already existed and making these chapters was the second phase, and it was like this challenge of, all right, is there a full family here? What's going on? These characters emerged, and then I just saw this this sort of story arc. Who's Gloria and related to Jimmy? Can this work? And then there's Junior in the middle. This character of Gloria, it got expanded and turning it into a bigger chapter.
Gloria, blues and peppermint. Gloria, no one said enough is enough.
You know, Donna could be Gloria's mother. This like very strong personality, kind of matriarch, domineering.
It just kind of dawned on me, like, I love this vibe because it's like your mother never was one, and you're always like, one what? But then you realize a child, right?
Either that
That's-
or your
that's-
mother was never a mother.
Yeah, it's
Either,
Oh,
yeah.
both because like
Yeah.
she was never a mother, but she was also never allowed to be a kid.
A kid.
She was the eldest.
That's what I get from that. I love that.
And then Gloria kind of rebels against that,
If you don't have it, then you'll never give it. And I don't blame you for
turned into this story where there's a line in it that says, "You couldn't sober up to hold a baby."
sober up to hold a baby. You hate the name Donna. You love to judge strangers.
You just have so many ideas of how other people should be acting, but you're not even taking care of yourself.
The truck's always made.
And she was already kind of spiraling, but now it's isolation and spiral. And so for someone who is the centerpiece of a family to be dealing with their own demons and trying to be a parent, it's like a tall task that you could see like the destruction. Peter Landslide is probably, for me, a good representation of chapter 2 is because it involves like not just Junior, but the context of who Junior is with his father, Jimmy, and then you kind of start to put some of the pieces together of even how Gloria fits in because they're in that same house. If you're, in this case, Junior, the character, you're kind of wanting to escape all of it. You're waiting for something to give so you can get out of this mess. When you're an adolescent and you're keeping your chin up or you're acting like you're so tough, but under that surface, you're so delicate and it's all just, you feel like at any moment you're gonna break down. That represented so much of Junior to me, of what it felt like to be that age, and then to be put under the duress of like having a parent that has addictions and their parent had addictions and you're wondering if you're gonna deal with the same stuff and how do you right those wrongs?
Jimmy believed in the American way.
The song Jimmy Sparks is really interesting. It's this twisted idea. There was this character that was this guy who worked at a prison and he didn't get paid much, but his payoff was that he got to lock people up and feel kind of superior. And that was payment enough for him, you know? It kind of went on from there where then he has a kid, his wife leaves him with the kid alone, and kind of spirals out of control because he's trying to be a dad, he's trying to help take care of his son, but he doesn't know an honest way of doing that. It's more than he can handle. There was hesitation about presenting it in such a raw fashion.
It's been positive though, the reaction that people are saying, hey, I know somebody like that, or I'm going through that, or this or that.
If you open up your diary to someone, they're more likely to go in their room and get theirs out and show you some of their, you know, innermost feelings.
That whole take was kind of the shit. The whole take was the shit, dude. We're all blown away. One more like that and you're done.
It's been really cool to see that the feedback from our fans and even non-fans just saying, hey, it's cool that you guys are going there because it's such a
It's raw.
yeah, it's a raw and sad subject.